Welcome to Spectrum Sphere, your portal to a diverse world of discovery. Today, we embark on a historical journey through the Viking Age. If you're intrigued by the sagas of fierce Norse warriors and their far-reaching expeditions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community for more engaging content every week. Delving into the origins of the Vikings, we find a society emerging around the late 8th century in Scandinavia. Famed for their seafaring prowess, these Norse people honed a culture deeply connected to the sea, with societal structures and mythologies that propelled them onto the world stage with a force yet unseen. Transitioning from their maritime prowess, Viking society was a tapestry of intricate relationships and defined roles. At the heart were tightly knit families, living in longhouses, with communities led by chieftains. Farmers, artisans, and traders, they all played roles within a system honed by necessity and the harshness of northern landscapes. And now, let us turn to the Viking longship, a marvel of naval engineering. These sleek, fast vessels were paramount to their success, designed for war, trade, and exploration. With shallow drafts and symmetrical bows and sterns, they navigated both high seas and shallow rivers, carrying Vikings to distant shores. Contrary to the common perception of Vikings as mere raiders, they were also astute traders. From furs to walrus ivory, they exchanged a wide array of goods throughout Europe, the Middle East, and even parts of Asia, establishing prosperous trade centers like Birka and Hedeby. In the year 793, the serene monastic island of Lindisfarne was suddenly besieged by Viking invaders. This assault marked the dawn of the Viking Age, a period characterized by expansive raids and the Norse seafarers' ominous presence across the coasts of Europe. Following the infamous Lindisfarne raid, the Viking incursions in England persisted. Over time, these fierce Norse warriors not only pillaged, but also settled, leading to the establishment of the Danelaw, an area of northern and eastern England where Danish law and customs held sway over the Anglo-Saxons. Despite Viking might, resistance stirred in England, epitomized by Alfred the Great. Ascending to the throne in a time of turmoil, Alfred's military reforms and deft leadership enabled the Anglo-Saxons to mount a formidable defense, culminating in the Treaty of Wedmore and the establishment of a precarious peace. Turning their gaze westward, the Vikings launched relentless raids upon the shores of Scotland and Ireland. They left an indelible mark on the Celtic lands, founding key coastal strongholds and integrating into local societies, forever transforming the cultural and genetic tapestry of these ancient, verdant realms. Less notably, yet significant, Vikings also preyed upon whales, their dragon-headed longships a stark omen on the horizon. Though their impact here wasn't as transformative as in other regions, they still left traces of Norse influence through sporadic settlements and skirmishes, adding another layer to the complex tapestry of Welsh history. In 865 AD, a formidable force known as the Great Heathen Army landed on English shores, marking a pivotal moment in Viking history. This large Viking coalition embarked on a relentless campaign across England, not merely raiding, but conquering and settling vast territories, reshaping the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms forever. The Norse-Gaelic interaction is a testament to the Vikings' dynamic influence, as Norse settlers intermingled with Gaelic communities. This fusion of cultures led to a rich exchange, from language to art forms, and even genetic ties that can still be traced today. These interactions profoundly shaped the cultural landscape of the region. As Vikings ventured further, they anchored their legacy in Ireland with the foundation of Dublin. Forged from an initial raiding camp, Dublin blossomed into a significant Norse stronghold, pivotal for trade and expansion. A hub of commerce and culture, this iconic city stands as a living chronicle of the Vikings' enduring impact. Turning their sights to Europe's heartland, Vikings laid siege to Paris in 845 AD. This bold attack marked their indelible presence in Francia. In its aftermath, the Viking leader Rollo secured the region known as Normandy, a term etched from the Norsemen themselves, shaping the future of France forevermore. As the Viking raids intensified, one leader emerged victorious in Francia, Rollo, a formidable warrior. His prowess earned him a landmark treaty with the King of France, granting him the land which would become Normandy. This pivotal moment not only established a duchy but began the Norse transformation into Normans. The Vikings' thirst for adventure took them far beyond their northern homelands, even to the warm shores of the Mediterranean. They raided coastal monasteries and traded with wealthy cities. Some Vikings even served as mercenaries in foreign armies, illustrating their surprising adaptability and the vast reach of their maritime exploits. Transitioning from their own warbands, many Vikings found esteemed positions in the Byzantine Empire as members of the Varangian Guard. These fierce warriors served as elite bodyguards to the emperors, acclaimed for their loyalty and formidable prowess. Here, they left their mark as a celebrated force in medieval history. As we venture east, the Vikings' influence grew with the founding of Kievan Rus by warrior traders known as the Varangians. They navigated Russia's vast river networks, establishing the Volga trade route, which connected northern Europe to the Middle East, infusing Scandinavian vigor into the Slavic heartland. The Vikings, adept in their maritime prowess, were not bound to the coasts of Europe. They traversed the mighty rivers of Eastern Europe, such as the Dnieper and Volga, carving out trade routes that linked the Norse world with the flourishing markets of Baghdad and beyond, all the way to the Orient. Pushing the frontiers of their explorations even further, the Norse set sail across the North Atlantic, where they encountered and settled the rugged landscapes of Iceland and Greenland. These voyages displayed their incredible seafaring skills and thirst for discovery, paving the way for future maritime explorations. Following their settlements in Iceland and Greenland, the Vikings, led by Leif Erikson, ventured even further westward. Around the year 1000 AD, they reached the shores of North America, a place they called Vinland. This marked one of the earliest European contacts with the New World, centuries before Columbus. As their longships reached the Iberian Peninsula, the Vikings launched raids upon coastal settlements. These incursions met with the complex tapestry of Christian and Moorish territories, particularly striking Moorish Andalusia. There, amidst confrontation, a cultural exchange began, leaving a subtle Nordic imprint on the Iberian historical landscape. The Viking worldview was deeply rooted in their religion and mythology, a pantheon filled with powerful gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya. Rituals and sacrifices played a crucial role, aimed at securing favor in life and battle. These beliefs not only motivated their actions, but also influenced their societal norms and laws. As the Viking Age progressed, so too did the gradual shift from pagan worship to Christianity. Influences came through trade, political connections, and conquests. Monarchs, beginning with Harald Bluetooth of Denmark, embraced the new faith, paving the way for a transformed Norse culture. The cross slowly replaced the hammer of Thor. Distinctive and intricate, Viking art is recognizable for its abstract and geometric patterns, often depicting serpents and beasts entwined in what's known as the urn style. Runes, their enigmatic script, served both practical and mystical purposes, etching their stories, laws, and spells into stone, bone, and metal for centuries to come. Transitioning from art to literature, let's delve into the Norse sagas. These are the quintessential narratives that illustrate Viking life, encompassing mythology, heroics, and even everyday drama. Predominantly oral at first, these tales were eventually transcribed, preserving the rich oral tradition and providing us with a window into the Viking ethos. As we've admired their legacy, it's important to understand what brought the era of Viking dominance to an end. Centralized royal power, military advancements in Europe, and a decreased reliance on raiding as a means of wealth, all intertwined to signal the decline of traditional Viking culture and their fearsome raids. The Vikings left an indelible mark on history, influencing the modern-day cultures and nations they touched. Their governance paved the way for democratic ideals in Nordic countries, while their exploration spirit helped shape global exploration narratives. Even words in our language and names of the weekdays hint at their enduring legacy. The Viking legacy is not just historical, it's written in the DNA of many Europeans today. Genetic studies show a considerable Norse contribution to the gene pool, especially in the British Isles, where Viking raids and settlements were most frequent. This genetic footprint adds another layer to the saga of Viking influence. Moving beyond tales of conquest and exploration, recent archaeological discoveries have unearthed a new understanding of Viking society. From well-preserved ships in Norway to the unearthed structures on the British Isles, each find reveals details of their daily life, craftsmanship, and sometimes peaceful integration with local cultures. Now, let's see how the Vikings have sailed into popular culture. From the horned helmets of opera to the gritty dramatizations on TV shows, the depiction of Vikings has varied greatly. While not always historically accurate, these portrayals shape our perceptions, blending myth with fragments of Viking reality. As we've journeyed through Viking history, it's crucial to separate fact from myth. Contrary to popular belief, Vikings didn't wear horned helmets. Their reputation as mindless brutes is overstated, and their society had complex legal systems and rich cultural traditions. Let's dive deeper into the reality behind the Viking myths. Thank you for exploring the fascinating saga of the Vikings with us today on Spectrum Sphere. We hope you've broadened your horizon with the diverse world of history we've uncovered. If you enjoyed our voyage, please like, share, and subscribe for more engaging and thought-provoking content every week. Until next time.